So today I want to talk about how to deal with anxiety as a footballer, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with the nerves. Now, I've told a story before about when I was younger, probably around 6, 7, 8 years old. I'd get so anxious before games that on the morning of the game, I'd literally just tell my dad that, oh, just text the coach that I was injured. Like I'd literally pretend I was injured because I was so nervous for the game. Even though I'd go training the day before, so our games were on a Sunday and we'd have training on Saturday. I'd always be there for the training Saturdays, but then there'll be some times in the season where I just out of nowhere I'll just text the coach in the morning telling him I'm injured when I was clearly fine the next day. I wasn't showing any signs of injury. So yeah, for me personally, I've dealt with having anxiety as a footballer, being so nervous before games that I didn't even want to go. So today I'm gonna share with you some little things, little tips, little tricks on how to deal with that anxiety, how to just be more calm on the pitch, just be more relaxed in like a game setting, and just have less anxiety going into games, during games, after games. So yeah, and my first point is literally you need to have hobbies outside of football. Now, for me personally, this is a big one that I'll tell my younger self is that when I was young, obviously when you're young and you like football, football's everything to you because obviously you're young, you haven't really got the chance to sort of like explore other things what you like. It's sort of like normal for all footballers. As soon as you find football, like that's your thing. You don't really care about anything else. Like especially when I was young, like I found football. I didn't in PE when we do like PE and stuff. I didn't care about basketball. I didn't care about tennis. I had no interest in like doing athletics. I just wanted to play football. Every single time I was just hoping, please let it be football. Like please let's play football in PE because I don't know, it's just something about footballers that as soon as you find football, as soon as you find that like that's your first love, it's like everything else you don't even want it. You don't even need it. However, in my opinion, this is actually a bad thing. When you don't have other hobbies outside of football, especially when you get older, um, you don't have that sort of escape. So let's say you have a bad game. After the game, because you have nothing else really to do or to think about, you're just constantly thinking about that bad game, and it just puts you in a bad mood for like maybe 2 or 3 days until maybe you play on a Saturday and you're in a bad mood until you go back to school on a Monday, simply because you don't have anything else to do because you're just there in your mind just thinking about, oh, I gave the ball away this many times, I missed that chance, I should have, I cost my team the game. You just don't have an escape, and it just puts you in a bad mood. The people, and then you're just in a negative state, and like when you're in a negative state, other people don't want to be around you, so now you're lonely, and then that sort of adds to the negativity, just adds to the anxiety, and it's like nah. So in my opinion, you just need to have extra hobbies. Whether that's maybe that can be other sports, or maybe that's just something else completely different. Maybe if you like playing basketball, go play basketball. If you have friends that play basketball, go play basketball in the park with them. I remember I used to have some friends who used to play basketball. I just go play basketball in the park with them if I just wanted to, get my mind away from it. Or maybe you have friends that like to go out, like to go out to parties, like to go out to restaurants. Do that as well. Like don't just be in this zone, football, football, football all the time, because it's a good thing. You want to be focused on the game. Obviously, you want to make it as a pro. Your mind has to be there, but you don't want to burn out as well. Just you don't want to be mentally exhausted or physically exhausted from the game. So that'll be my first point. Literally, just get other hobbies as well, because when you don't have other hobbies as well, it feels like when you're on the pitch, it almost feels like every pass, every shot, every tackle, every action is like your whole life depends on this every action, and that just makes you stressed on the pitch. It's like if I don't pass, it's like if I give the ball away, that's it. That's it. My life is bad. My life is over. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna be sad. If I miss this pen, if I miss this free kick, or my whole life is gonna start crumbling. That's how it literally feels when you have no hobbies. In my opinion, I remember for me personally, especially, I didn't know it at the time, but I look back now and I'm like, so that's why I was always stressed on the pitch, because I didn't have anything else. So every pass felt so important. Every single shot, every single action just felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders, like for every single action. Simply because I just didn't have any other hobby. Simply because I didn't have anything else going on. So if football was bad, my life was bad. If football was good, my life was good. So you just have like these extreme highs and then these extreme lows. Whereas throughout the week, throughout your season, you just want to be there. You just want to be consistent. So you have football, and then you have your other stuff in your life. If you have a good game, you just sort of it goes up, your mood goes up. But even if you have a bad game, your mood just sort of goes down like this. But for me, when I didn't have any hobbies, it was like, all right, cool. I had a great training session. I had a great game. Boom, confidence was sky high. Okay, next week I didn't have a good game. Bang, confidence was rock bottom. And obviously, that's just unsustainable. That's just, yeah, you can't live your life like that basically. So it's and the anxiety that it causes is just mad. So that's the first point. Literally just find other hobbies to do outside of football, whether that be other sports or whether that be anything else you're interested in. Literally, it could literally just be anything. So yeah, that's the first point. The next point is literally just to stay in the present. Now, what I mean by staying in the present is don't think about the past, don't think about the future, just think about the now when you're on the football pitch. So this is literally what we refer to as the zone. You know, when you're, I'm pretty sure we've all been in the zone where we're just in that sort of game where everything's just going right for us. Every pass is crisp, every shot is good, and we're not even thinking about anything else. No other distractions. It's just you and the football game. You don't see anything else outside of you. Nothing, no other thoughts are going into your mind, and that's the zone. And obviously, when you're in the zone, that's where you play at your best because there's no fear, there's no anxiety, there's no doubts in your mind. So, like, how do you access this zone more often? How do you stay in the present more often? Now, in my opinion, the easiest sort of way, I know it may sound like waffle, but it may sound like waffle, but hear me out. You sort of have to like limit your time on like social medias like Instagram Reels and TikToks. The reason I say this is because when you're watching 30-second clips, a minute clips, you're training your mind to only be able to focus for a short period of time. Like think about it, you're literally imagine you're just scrolling TikTok for like 2 hours. In those 2 hour intervals, your attention span is literally only there for like 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then it goes on to the next and then on to the next. So think about how that affects you on the football pitch. On the football pitch, you'll be thinking about 1 minute you're thinking about the game. The next minute you're thinking about what you're gonna have for dinner today. The next minute you're thinking about schoolwork. The next minute you're thinking about girls. Like it's your brain is just all over the place. Like it happened to me as well. As soon as I stopped using TikTok, I found it so much easier to get into the zone. I'm not even just talking about TikTok. I'm talking about YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. I'm just talking about clips. Stop watching like 30-second shorts, a minute clips, 2 minute clips. Like start if you're gonna go on YouTube or social media, start watching like longer form videos. Start watching like 10-minute vids, 15-minute vids, 20-minute vids, hour podcast or whatever just something like that. Or even better, if you want to start, you should, in my opinion, start reading books as well. Start reading books for like 20 minutes, half an hour. That will just improve your brain and just make you lock into the zone so much easier. Even what's called even meditation. Literally just try sitting down and just take deep breaths for like just even if you can't do it for like 5 minutes, try doing it for 2 minutes and then slowly increase the amount of time you do it for. Like I said, I know it doesn't seem like it. Like if I was like 13 years old, I'd be watching this vid like, nah, this guy's waffling. Like, what is he talking about? But trust me, it actually makes a difference. So I'm not saying you should chuck away your phone, chuck it out the window, chuck it in the bin. I'm just saying that when you're actually gonna go on YouTube, actually try watching videos that are longer form. Don't just be scrolling through YouTube Shorts, TikTok, because that actually affects your ability to get in the zone because you can't concentrate for long periods of time. You can only concentrate for 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes. And like I said, being in the zone, football's a 90-minute game. So you literally have to be in that zone for at least 45, and then be able to 45 half time, and then be able to look back into that zone for another 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first. That's the second point. Sorry, literally just staying in the present, and yeah, just ways to get into the zone easier. And then the last point is literally don't see nerves as a bad thing. If before a game, if you're feeling them butterflies before a game, I know it kind of feels like, oh, this is a bad thing. I shouldn't be having them. But literally don't see it as a bad thing. Literally just to say to yourself, okay, this is just normal. This is what happens before I go out and play a football match. Like don't think about it as a bad thing. Think about it as a prerequisite. You understand? So literally just say to yourself, oh, this is normal before a game. This always happens. Like I always get butterflies in my stomach. Now, what do you have to do to get rid of these butterflies? You have to go on the pitch early doors, do a good action early doors. Whether that's get your first passing, get your good first touching. Or normally for me, it's a big tackle. If you can get a big tackle or win a header, that sort of like eases my nerves. Maybe for you, it's like your good first touch and a good pass out, or maybe you win a 1v1 duel. But for me, it's always been maybe win a first header or get a first tackle in, whether it's a sliding tackle or a standing tackle. So yeah, that's the short one there. That's literally the last point. Literally, don't see nerves as a bad thing. Just see them as it's normal. You walk onto the pitch, maybe your nerves are, maybe you still feel the nerves, but then make that drive, make those nerves, make that drive you to have a good start to the game, so you can get those butterflies quickly. So you can get those butterflies out as quickly as possible. You understand? So let those butterflies, you feel those butterflies. As soon as the whistle goes, all right, cool. I need to get these butterflies out of my stomach so I can help my team win. So I'm not nervous anymore. Let me get that first tackle in. Let me get that first header in. I'm a centre midfielder. My defender has the ball. Let me go ask for the ball so I can get my first touches in, first pass, and then we just get the ball rolling from there. So don't see nerves as a bad thing. Literally just see it as a prerequisite. Literally just see it as, oh, this is just something that happens. Now to get rid of them, I need to go out onto the pitch, have a quick start, first action, first tackle, pass, shot, dribble, 1v1 action, whatever it is. So yeah, that's all I got to say for this vid. Hope you enjoyed. I've been JT and I'm out.